Empress, and today I wanted to just share some information regarding the second house. Echo, volume 2. Echo, volume 1. Alright. I do not own the copyrights of this music. This music is for divination purposes. Alright. So, with that being said, one of the channel messages before we go into the topic right about the second house, which is the energy of Taurus, right? One of the messages I got was you guys have went through your phase of being lonely or isolation or alienation, right? You guys have been through those phases and you've passed those tests regarding that, right? I'm going to share a little bit more information regarding the South Node and the North Node in another video, just to get a deeper understanding of that. And that was confirmation because it was 111 just now when I said that. About taking things from our past that are of necessity, that are of use, into our future, and finding ways to merge that with our North Node selves, right? So that it advances us in our North Node. But we'll talk about that on another video. Like I said, we're going to talk about the second house of Taurus. I want to get this out. Yes, today is my birthday. This is not even my birthday fit. This is just like, this is just my little first look or whatever, or rather, to look decent. Taurian energy, look decent while I'm doing this live. But I still got some things I need to do. Some preparations for my birthday. Yes, true Earth Angel, grateful 26. Alright, so that's not what I'm here for. Let's keep it moving. So like I said, I wish I would have did this for Aries season 2, but I just really felt the need to go over the second house, right? Just to give people an idea of what to expect, or just to give them a little bit more grounding, right? I am an earth sign. A little bit more grounding to what's going on around them at this time, right? And some more clarity, right? So you can know what to expect, and then you can shape the matter, right? And that's what we call alchemy. So first and foremost, Taurus is a fixed sign, right? Okay. So the fixed energy talks about, or words that are associated with fixed energy, is consistency, intractability, being rigid, resistant, stable, steadfast, loyal, entrenched, predictable, and fixation. So basically, this is an energy that is more likely to fixate on certain things, whether that be self-concept, how you view yourself, or like some type of thing regarding yourself that you feel like can be improved or could be better, or you would prefer it to be better, right? So there could be, you could fixate on something like that, like pertaining to yourself, that you need to, steer away from, make sure you're not entertaining an energy of fixation on, any negative perceptions of yourself, right? This also talks about, right, that South Node energy. So making sure you're not fixating on things from the past, that's already come and gone, right? So just like that day was days ago, this energy has come and passed. So getting more aligned with able to release when it's time to release, right? These transitions. So being more aligned with the transitional energy. Okay, so there's some pros and some cons to this energy, right? That's why I always like to say there's a polarity to all things. So the pros would be consistency. A fixed energy is an energy that is fixed on a thing. It's fixed to something, it's continuing, it's a persistence, right? So a perseverance. So that's the good thing about this energy right now. You may be feeling like you may be feeling a boost in discipline, like feeling like you want to renew your disciplinary methods and stuff like that, you know, or place new, you know, disciplines in your life and stuff like that. So creating a routine for yourself that's more fit for this particular phase, you know, or frequency of your being. So consistency, right? So this could also talk about being consistent in your projects, being consistent in, you know, your divine life purpose, being consistent in your connections, being consistent in, you know, renewing your mind so that it's in a divine meditative state, right? It's in a manifestation state, or you're able to, you know, jump from which, you know, mindsets you want to be in. So basically becoming a master of yourself, right? So consistency to self-development, right? So continuing to educate yourself with high spiritual knowledge, right? Continuing reawakening those hidden talents and those gifts that are, you know, there's certain awakenings. I heard spontaneous awakening, or kundalini, and, you know, everybody, you know, everyone is progressing and evolving at their own pace, right? Everyone's journey is their own, right? So just like I was saying in the video about budding blossoms, budding blossoms is literally talking about how flowers bloom at different times, but they're all so beautiful. You know, they do their job. You know, they're on their own divine timing, right? So that's what budding blossoms is talking about. This is what this is, you know, referring to as well. So being determined. So that's what I'm getting about fixed energy too. A determined energy, a focused, disciplined energy, an energy that doesn't give up, an energy that perseveres, an energy that is resilient, right? So you could be feeling more of this energy this Taurus season, because, you know, that's the energy of Taurus, right? Okay, so the other thing, right, we have to talk about the cons of this energy. So riggedness, you could be experiencing, you know, some people being rigged with you, rigged in, you know, their actions, their communication. So just know that that's the influence of this energy right now. I heard, like, even rigged personalities, meeting personalities that you're not really used to, you know. So resistance. So this also talks about, you know, you feeling like an amplified boost of resistance, like okay. And another way that I'm hearing this too is you being more resistant to things that I did a post the other day that was called "Healing is a Renewable Process." So let's say maybe you had yourself disciplined a certain type of way, but you slipped up, or you was experiencing some type of hardship, so you kind of lacked a little bit, right? So this is what this is talking about. Your resistance, right? So this kind of goes along with your discipline too. Like, you could be feeling more resistant to things that you may have, you know, given into, or, you know, your body could be changing too, like your taste buds, you know, these things could be changing and transforming about yourself as well. Your body could be changing. So you could have been making changes toward your health and stuff like that, and your body is, like, beginning to, like, act with it. Your body is beginning to align, you know, or become more, you know, in harmony with the earth. So you could be feeling more resistant to things. This could even talk about being resistant to energies or frequencies, people, places, and things. It doesn't have to just be, you know, food, right? So just feeling this resistance, yeah, this stubborn energy. But, you know, a lot of people like to demonize, you know, the stubborn energy of Taurus and Scorpios. But, you know, people don't like to, you know, cover the whole topic that, you know, there's a spectrum to each and every zodiac sign, right? Along with different aspects and, you know, other placements and, you know, other energies for each person, right, in their natal chart. So we can't just put everybody in one category. Yes, there are some people on the spectrum, you know, of stubbornness that, you know, abuse their stubborn energy. There are some people who use it to their advantage and their benefit, right? They use it, you know, to remain disciplined, right? Disciplined beliefs, or different disciplined ideas, or disciplined routines, right? And this is just it reminds me of, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So this is the stubborn energy that we're talking about from this Taurian energy, right? So I'm getting that too. Okay, loyalty. Loyalty is a big, beautiful trait of the Taurian energy as well. So this talks about, you know, your loyalty being reciprocated. This talks about your loyalty being rewarded. This talks about, you know, coming into contact with people who are loyal, or, loyal. I just heard royalties. So this could be for somebody in music, because that's the thing about the Taurian energy too that we're going to go deeper into. How Taurians are like, these are energies of the arts, right? This energy is ruled by planet Venus, right? The planet of love and lust. So these are also people who are supreme in the art. So you could be feeling like more inspiration at this time. You could be feeling like more creativity, or like feeling very fertile in your creative ability, right, and your agility. So this is what this is talking about as well. So predictable. So you're going to be able to dictate predictable energy to avoid having to encounter, unpleasant experiences with people, right? You're going to be able to see things a mile away more often, trust your intuition, your discernment. You're going to be more stubborn towards your intuition. So that's why I said there's some pros to the stubborn energy. It's not always negative or low vibrational, like how people put it out there. Oh, they're the most stubborn, difficult, bullheaded. Sometimes you need to be bullheaded. There are some situations, and look, 11:11 when I said it. There are some situations that call for you to be, more bullheaded, more assertive, right? So this is what the Taurian energy is going to, help aid us with at this time, or, just to add or level it out for us, because this is also an energy of stability, right? This is also an energy of balance, nurture, nourish. So you could be feeling a strong desire to engage more in activities, or to be more consistent in activities that help keep you grounded, keep you level, whether that's yoga, whether that's boxing, whether that's your fitness regimen, whatever it is, your health, whatever you eat or consume, like the way that you eat, the people that you entertain, right? So this is what this is talking about as well. Steadfast. So this is this energy is going to help you be more steadfast in your situations too, or situations of potential conflict or dis-ease, right? Or unease, or whatever will be a good word, right? Or when people are trying to disrupt your peace, right? This energy is going to help you be more grounded and stable within yourself, like within your mind, when you're entrenched upon, by predictable energies. So all these words are in the same paragraph, right, as keywords, for the fixed energy. But it literally all, it's like, it literally all goes together, right? So this energy is going to help you be more stable-minded, consistently stable-minded, and steadfast, while people attempt to entrench upon your energy with predictable energy. Predictable, behaviors, right? All right, so this talks about being loyal to yourself. Definitely being loyal to yourself. All right. Okay, so, I really wish I had, I meant to pull this up before I did this reading, but it's okay. But this says that the Taurus energy is the most entrenched, okay? So, Spirit just told me to pick up these sticks. For some reason, I'm hearing that these sticks have something to do with most entrenched. I can't use my phone right now to, look at the definition. I'm not about to get my laptop. I'm not about to do that. But it says, their karma shall befall on the children. The lights are so bright. Their karma shall befall on the children. No sleep, only nightmares, shallow victories, and temporary thrills. So most entrenched. Alright. So about this rigid energy, right? Because we do want to address it from all angles, right? So even with people who have, like, because you also have to consider people's placements. If people have Taurus energy, or what's their energy in their Venus sign, right? So you could even be experienced like people who are just very rigid in training, right? Rigid in, their ways of emotional expression, or how they govern their emotions is very rigid right? These people could be projecting onto you or trying to attack you, or like, you know, still like be passive aggressive, just that and the third. You could experience people like this from time to time who just feel like a need to like try you, like they want to try you or some shit. But this is like ultimately a test for you to strengthen, you know, your discipline within yourself and to remain consistent in that. Remain consistent in being, you know, temperament, right? So this is talking about being temperament. Being a master of your emotions, not allowing people, you know how there's a whole game, a whole sport based off bullying and humiliating bulls, right? So this is also the energy of the Taurian, right? That's why it says most entrenched, right? So you have the Taurian energy experiences a lot of people poking at them and, you know, provoking them and, you know, trying to antagonize them to get a reaction out of them. So you could be encountering this energy at this time, or you could be addressing this energy at this time, or, you know, the actions that you've taken to allow this to happen, right? And how to prevent that from happening moving forward. Or you could be talking about this, right? Or teaching about this, right? Because that's another thing about Taurus with that stable and that structured energy. It also talks about a person who has leadership capabilities and like teaching solid information though. Okay. So we got prefers rigid routine and stable lifestyle, of course. So this could talk about you you achieving a more stable lifestyle or working towards that. Are you achieving this at this time or during this season? Or some type of routine that's going to bring more stability to your lifestyle. So you committing to a routine to bring more stability to your lifestyle at this time. And we got loyal personality, sometimes long after it would have been sensible to give up. So you guys could be addressing this as well, like being loyal to a fault, right? I remember, I want to say about a year or two ago, me and another Taurian was talking about this. This is somebody I grew up with, you know, before we even knew that we both were Taurus. And I remember them saying this to me, that one of the biggest challenges for the Taurian energy is being loyal, you know, where they should not be loyal, or being loyal to people who are unloyal, or people they should not be loyal anymore. Like you should have been cut them off, or having challenges around letting go and releasing, right? So fear of change, because in some texts, in some astrological texts, when they address the Taurian energy, they'll say stuff like Taurus fear changes and stuff like that. That's why I say, you know, it really depends, because I'm a Taurus and I don't fear change. I don't fear change, but I understand what they mean by that. So now okay, you know how, let's say you're in love with somebody and you don't want it to ever end. I guess when it comes to that kind of change, yes. So this could be talking about that too. Some of you guys could have been contemplating a partnership or a connection. Maybe, you know, wondering if you should cut this person off, or this, that, and the third. But you could be fearing this change here. You could be fearing change, or having to start again or start over again. Okay, before I forget, before I went live, I had got a channel message from this song, and it was talking about you don't know how it feels to be lonely, or you don't know what it feels like to be lonely or to be alone. So there's like people who have like betrayed you or trespassed your energy. They're going to have to experience what it feels like to be alone. That's why I started off in the video and I said you guys have already encountered like being alienated or isolated, or spending time alone and finding peace with just yourself and with your inner self, and, you know, being by yourself. Like, you don't need to be around other people. There's a lot of people, you know, a lot of us who are in that place. We reach that place where we're okay with being our own company, and, you know, and we got, you know, trust nobody, you know, that type of, you know, mentality or whatever. But even with that, you know, there's balance there's balance that's required with that too, right? Okay. You don't want to be too isolated from your connections, right? You just know, you just understand, you know how to read predictable energy now, right? And that is your safe, that is your weaponry, right? That is your safeguard. Understanding, knowing how to read predictable energy and remain stable and steadfast in your knowing, right? Not fixating on these things because you understand that you're more susceptible to fixate on energy at this time because you're in the Taurus energy, or you've been influenced by the Taurus energy. So just keep that in mind. You are more likely to fixate on things that you should not be fixating on during Taurus season, okay? All right. Loyal personalities. So having more conversations or engagements with loyal personalities, attracting more loyal personalities because you have a loyal personality, right? And not spending too long in situationships or with individuals, or spending too much time with people, who are already, they have their perception locked. They're fixated, right? They're stubborn with, some type of low vibrational perception of you or of something or a topic, right? So not spending too much time, right, debating, a situation or whatever. Just, when you already identify, like, you can read the predictable behavior and you already identify, okay, this person has a fixed perception of this topic here, we're really not going to get anywhere. And that's not the case with everybody, because sometimes you're going to have to agree to disagree too. So that's what it's talking about too, being able to agree to disagree with people and not fixating too much on, wanting to be right. Okay, so we got 4 or more planets in fixed signs, make an extremely stubborn person, hates change, rarely changes their mind. So that's something that we're going to be doing more too, delving deeper into, like, understanding astrology on a deeper level, because it's necessary. It's a necessity for us to, like, really govern and protect ourselves, right, and really live our lives to the fullest, right? So if you have your natal chart, or if you are able to get this, whomever you're dating, considering dating, if you're able to get their natal chart or whatever, you can see whether they have 4 or more planets in fixed signs. Fixed signs would be Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, right? So Leo would be, which house is Leo? Leo is the 5th house. Scorpio is the 8th house. Aquarius is 11th house, and Taurus is the 2nd house. So anybody who has 4 or more planets in the 8th house, the 5th house, the 2nd house, or the 11th house, this person is more likely to be extremely stubborn, a person who hates change and rarely changes their mind. So if you guys are encountering these energies with anybody, or it seems that way, like this person, they're stubborn to a degree that is unfair. It's unfair to other people who have their own ideas, their own recommendations and advice or opinions, right? So just keep that in mind. That's just some, a little gem there. Planets are at their most intractable in fixed signs. Tends to bring out the worst in them. Planets are at their most intractable in fixed signs. Tends to bring out the worst in them. So this could talk about people's personality, or the worst of somebody being pulled out of their personality or played out of their personality, or somebody's personality bringing out the worst in you. A personality that brings out the worst in you, or the worst in someone. So that's an energy that's going to be present at this time as well, so be aware. Can also add strength and stability. Okay, so this is also an energy that obviously adds strength and stability. It's an earth sign, it's an earth energy, right? But highlight, planets are at their most intractable in fixed signs. What I was hearing too, so even people who have, like, fixed placements, like in other placements, like maybe like an Earth Moon, an Earth Saturn, an Earth Mars, an Earth South Node, right? I take that back, not Earth. A fixed south node. Fixed south nodes, a fixed moon, fixed Mercury, fixed Saturn, and fixed Mars. Yeah. But you know, god damn, when you think about Pluto, but no, I think ones you need to be most concerned with is if they have a fixed south node, a fixed Mars, and a fixed moon. Hell yeah. All right. Quality reinforces Earth's elements. Desire for stability at all costs. Dependable personalities, cautious approach to life can be life negating. All right, so this could talk about you overthinking something instead of just doing it, like Nike check. Just do it, just put yourself out there. Just go out on a limb, don't overthink it. Don't overthink, how people are going to receive it, none of that, right? Because you'll end up overthinking yourself out of doing it or out of it, right? And it's because you're to you think you're being discerning and cautious. I deal with this too, but Spirit is saying, hey, you have to trust yourself more. Like, have a little bit more faith and belief in yourself. Just do it. Do it for you. Don't do it for them. Because the reason that you're procrastinating and holding back and all of that extra shit, that extra psychological baggage, is because you're not focusing or remembering to do this for you. You're thinking about, how are people going to receive what I'm doing for me, right? Because now you're doing it for them, you're not doing it for you. All right. But this is talking about a dependable personality. So you could be a very dependable person, or this could talk about you setting boundaries because you're so dependable, and people kind of taking advantage of that. People, you give a person an inch, they take a mile type shit. So this could talk about you setting boundaries because you are a dependable energy, right? But it's you bringing stability to that dependability, right? So this is why it's okay. So this is why I'm hearing a cautious approach to life as well. So you could be thinking, if you say no because you're so dependable and you're known for being dependable, you could be thinking that if you say no or if you don't do it, that's going to be life negating, or it's going to make you look bad, or it's going to seem like you're a bad person or you're rude. But no. You're overthinking it. Your cautious approach is actually like you overthinking sometimes. So be aware of that. So the horns and the bull head represent strength and determination, right? So this could talk about you being very determined at this time. Very determined. All right. So the Taurian energy is also a negative polarity. And it is exalted by the moon. And its fall is in Uranus. Its detriment is Mars and Pluto. Man. Okay. So this talks about conflict, opposition, right? And it being like cold, harsh. So cold, harsh conflict and opposition, competition. This could lead to your detriment. This could be very detrimental on your energy at this time if you engage and entertain these things, right? So do not accept the invitation. Remember what we talked about in the other video. Do not accept the invitation, right? Because at this time, people are going to be very rigid in their personalities. They're going to be very rigid in their decision makings. Some people could be holding grudges towards you. Some people could be fixating on or this could also talk about obsession, right? If we're talking about fixation, this also talks about obsession. I just heard like even choking. So something about choking, like choking during sex, or something about choking, or somebody trying to suffocate somebody. So I don't know, Spirit had me say that for a reason. So somebody feeling suffocated. This could be what this is talking about too. No sleep, only nightmares, shallow victories, and temporary thrills. Or this could also talk about y'all, I'm gonna tell you this. There's some people who do some fucked up shit in the world to innocent people. There's some people who really have some very selfish personalities. And when we be channeling as oracles, you know, and messengers of secrets, high priestess, right? Sometimes when we be channeling, like, we get messages that's kind of dark, right? So it's like you have to be very fluent and thorough with light and dark, right? 360, we talking about 360 angle. So I gotta say it. Somebody's karma is going to be their child suffering from SIDS. And that's sudden infant syndrome. But what I'm hearing, this is talking about like somebody just being it's not neglect. What's the word? This is just talking about somebody who was not as careful as they should have been. This could even talk about somebody sleeping with their baby. Something with how their baby sleeps that's kind of improper. And accidentally suffocating the baby. This is so crazy because just last night, I was on the phone with someone. And I talked about a memory about when I was little. And me and my cousin, I spent the night with her, and I was, you know, sleeping in her bed, and she was like kind of heavy set, with thick as fuck. And I remember she kept putting her limbs and shit on me, and she was so heavy, and I would just move her. And then she rolled over on me, y'all, and I pushed her out the bed, went back to sleep. I ain't even care. I pushed her ass, slammed out the bed. So suffocation, it's crazy that I'm channeling that, but yeah. I don't know if this is like a Taurus child or a Taurus is involved with something to do with suffocating a kid, or somebody suffocating a Taurus or trying to suffocate. I don't know. But this is also talk about people trying to suffocate you with their energy, with their frequency. Something suffocating you, or people attempting to suffocate you with negative frequencies. Yeah, to silence you. But this talks about your strength, that you will have like added strength and determination to get you through this. To be able to endure. We got endurance and materialism, steadfastness, productivity, practicability, thoroughness. I just got done talking about being thorough. It was 3303. So talk about being authentic and with integrity, having integrity with being authentic, speaking your authentic truth, you know, honoring what is authentic to you, right? And not giving into peer pressure. So we got security, fixity, sensuality, stubbornness, possessiveness, routine, patience, slow, hedonistic, self-indulgent. So this is why I was talking about you guys could have like maybe kind of slacked up with something that you was doing, or some type of routine or discipline that you had. You could have been being kind of self-indulgent, or this could talk about you know, being more self-indulgent, right? Well, we was talking about that dependability, right? Because you're so dependable. Like, people are used to you being dependable, and, you know, kind of just taking advantage, or just, you know, utilizing, you know, that outlet a little bit too much. And, you know, you guys are kind of like, no, like, I want this time for me. Like, I want me time. Like, I want legit me time. So this is talk about you being more self-indulgent at this time, right? But not in a sense that you being shallow as fuck. Like, self-indulgent when you just, you know, yeah, like, in a way, like, kind of acting like you're, you know, you're better than everybody, like, and you base your value on your clothes and your materials, like, so you being self-indulgent in that degree. But we're talking about, you know, being self-indulgent, where you're healing yourself, you know, you're giving more time to yourself, you're doing things that you like to do that brings you more structure and stability and balance, right? So being indulgent in things that, you know, improve and develop you, and continue to evolve you. Okay, so that possessive energy too. So you could be feeling more possessive of things at this time, or there could be something going on regarding possessions. It could be a divorce. It could be some type of separation, or people stealing your intellectual property, or somebody stealing something from you, stealing your possessions, using it for magic. So just be mindful of that. But somebody wanted to possess you, so people wanted to possess you too, like people coming on to you in a way because they want to own you. This could also talk about addressing your issues with being possessive. Excuse me. I'm also hearing too though, working on negative feelings regarding the word possessive. It doesn't always have to be negative or low vibrational or demonized. Okay. And then we have patience. And okay, so have patience whenever it seems like something is moving slow. Have patience. So this Taurus energy is going to help you with that as well. So more about the Taurian energy, we got sensuality, pleasure seeking. So you could be engaging in more things that are sensory pleasing, you know, things that you always wanted to do, or you know, like wine tasting, or things that really help you like utilize your senses. So even if it's like being in nature and you feel the breeze on your skin, so your sensory of touch, or this could be you and an individual, you know, your sensory of smell, so some good food, or maybe like botanicals, or like a flower garden, or just, you know, things like that, or somebody's cologne, someone's pheromones. Like you're going to be more sensitive, you know, your senses are going to be heightened and more sensitive at this time. Okay. And pleasure seeking, right? So once again, it's a polarity to all things. Pleasure seeking doesn't always have to be demonized or, you know, viewed negatively, right? But this also talks about a fluctuation in pleasure seeking energy. So just to be aware, this could be talking about this, you know, this, unfortunately, this energy can, it can encourage cheating or infidelity. So even if it's not cheating in a relationship and stuff like that, this could be like cheating your way to something, or stealing somebody's stuff and, you know, benefiting off of it, but you're cheating. So it's like you're cheating your way, you know, to success by stealing somebody else's stuff or somebody else's ideas. So be cautious of that as well, because people are willing to do anything just to seek pleasure, right? Pleasure is their tunnel vision, right? So these people can look, and what's the word right underneath that? Risk aversion, inflexibility. So these people, this talks about people being risky, and it talks about a person being having risk aversion. So not really, you know, taking leaps of faith that you should, being more stubborn and comfortable, like you've gotten so comfortable, you know, a certain type of way or whatever. And this is why Spirit is saying you may need to get into a routine or create a routine for yourself. Look, I done put on some weight, y'all, so I already done started back, you know. But I'm not hard on myself. Well, I was hard on myself. I'm not gonna lie. Behind, you know, closed doors, I was kind of hard on myself about it. Like, dang, that shit kind of happened fast, you know. But hey, hardships. I was going through a lot of warfare, like, since I've been, like, this whole fucking year, like, since I've been touched down in this other state. So, well, not the whole time. The half of it, the second half of it. You know, not making excuses. I'm being realistic, right? We need to be realistic with ourselves and actually, like, reflect on nature, so much so that we can see just how much similarities we have, even when we think we're lacking or we're slacking up on our journey, and how much relation and resonance that we can make with Earth, you know, when Earth is purging and, you know, renewing itself, right? It's a part of the process. That's your reflection, right? Death and rebirth. So, like I said too, music. So just to talk about you being afraid to take risks with your music and your art as well. And this could also talk about, like when we was talking about pleasure seeking, right, and the senses, right? Because we have music, artists, good things of life. So you being more inclined to want to, you know, go try in the springtime. So feeling more inclined to want to go and, you know, experience places like California, like beaches, good food, different food. Feel like you've been eating the same shit. Different smells. You could be adding some different smells, you know, to, you know, for yourself to wear. Or this could talk about burning oils or your diffuser and stuff like that. Pheromones too, like you're gonna be more sensitive to pheromones. Slow, deliberate mind that thinks problems through, paying close attention to detail. So this is also the Taurian energy. So this is, you know, just a message to pay close attention to detail, or just be deliberate in your decision making. Even if you have to take your time, you know, don't be hard on yourself. But don't take too much time, because that could be life negating, right? This could also talk about people having an issue with you being this way, because you like to make very concrete decisions for the sake of security, right? You don't want to set yourself up, you know, just for the sake of negligence or whatever, or ignorance. Solutions that are always practical and often creative. Okay, let me read that. That's one sentence. Deliberate mind that thinks problems through, paying close attention to detail, solutions that are always practical and often creative. So this is talking about you being more creative with your solutions, like how you solve things or how you go toward achieving things, or willing things to happen that may be different from what most people are doing or what, you know, other people are doing. So this is talking about spirit or the universe helping co-create with you more unique and original ways to achieve, you know, these things that you're trying to achieve, or these things that you're going to achieve. Let me adjust my language. Rules heavily on data. Relies heavily on data. So Taurians are energies that rely heavily on the facts. Like, what are the facts, right? What's the Carfax? Relies heavily on data received through the senses and rejects illogical or irrational intuitions, right? Rely heavily on data received through your senses of touch, smell, sight, taste, what you hear. So hearing spirits, hearing people's thoughts. Yeah, mind reader. Reading people's minds, reading auras, seeing auras, being clairvoyant, being clairaudient, being clairsentient. So we're gonna do a video talking about the clairs too, breaking down all the clairs, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about people already having this information out there. It's about, hey, some information that's old to us is still new information to somebody else. It's the reason why you got the information, is for you to share it with somebody else, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We want to talk about that too, right? But this is talking about being sensible. Like, that's the Venusian energy as well. A challenge that I got before, I don't want to forget before I close out this video, is the reason why Venus is the star, the planet that's so close to Earth, or so close to us, like the brightest star, right? And if Venus represents love and lust, really think about what drives like human behavior, and you know what causes conflicts and beautiful beginnings and endings, right? What creates all of this? What is the basis, right? The grounding of all of this, and it's love or lust, infatuation, like some type of desire or sexual desire, you know, for another being, or just a desire in general, or a desire for intimacy. It doesn't just have to be sexual, but desire for partnership, companionship, intimacy, inclusion, acceptance, family, right? Togetherness, unity. So that's why Venus is the brightest star, right? Because at the end of the day, love is the brightest star in our existence. Love, the energy, the frequency of love, right? Not Mars energy. But you see, Mars is like literally the polarity of Venus, right? Because Mars could represent, I don't want to say infatuation. I'm hearing fatal attraction. Mars can be like a fatal attraction type of partnerships and connections, right? Those fucking enemies that hang with you every day, smile with you, eat with you, drink out the same cup as you, and still set you up to get killed because they jealous because you're beautiful. You know, that's that Mars love and lust energy, right? Love met with, you know, that, ooh, and you know, passion has a spectrum of its own as well. It can be very toxic. But yes, that's what I was hearing. All right. Illogical. So you're going to be rejecting illogical or irrational intuitions, or what you deem illogical, like it doesn't resonate with your soul. You may be being more boldly or more stubborn with rejecting, you know, these invitations, right? These invitations into your mind, into your psyche, your subconscious. Because you're relying heavily on your senses. So if you get tingles in your skin, or your hair raised on your arms, or you know, or you hear some shit, you see their aura, you see, you know, whatever, or you just feel a frequency, you feel a dark energy or whatever, you're relying more on that. You understand now, you have more confidence, right? And knowing, believing the accuracy behind your sensory information that you pick up on, right? So this is how you're governing yourself, and you know, especially at this time. So this is what the Taurian energy is going to help us with. Like even with our personalities, like working, getting out of presenting inauthentic personalities to people, you know. So working out of that too, working to let that go. All right. Feeling comfortable talking how you talk, looking how you look, right? So we have decisive. So this energy can help you be more decisive at this time. And then we got unexpressed, firmly held opinions, fearful of being judged in the intellectual arena. So you guys are sitting on like some knowledge. This is talk about somebody sitting on like major knowledge here, and this information is going unexpressed, or these opinions are going unexpressed because you're focusing too much on it being an opinion and you just being one person, and you, not too many people, a lot of people oppose this or have like some type of dominant, you know, perception of whatever the matter is, and you fearing rejection, or fearing like causing conflict or disarray or discomfort to another person, because you know deep down that's not who you really are. However, you know, you're not really honoring and respecting yourself by expressing your beliefs and your opinions, right? So it's like you're kind of, you know, giving yourself the short end of the stick as a result of trying to appease somebody else's potential insecurities that may not even be there. So that's why I'm hearing too, like some of you guys, you don't know what the reaction is going to be. A lot of these reactions are going to be good reactions, right? Because this is like a new energy right now. This is not, you know, the energies we were accustomed to in the past, right? That's because nature is replenishing, because you participate in these purges with nature, purging, you know, this flawed energy, right? That's what the South Node energy represents as well. So the South Node is not only about you taking things from your past that are, you know, usable, utilizable, accessible, or, you know, essential information, like, or codes that you can bring into your North Node and merge it and, you know, improve upon it or use it, you know, as stepping stones, right? So the purging process, you know, it naturally replenishes, right? You are naturally replenished, or you will be replenished whenever you purge these things, like pull up these weeds, right, from your garden. That's going to give more water, you know, to the actual plants. And then it says, study to show thyself approved unto God. So this is also how you will replenish yourself. So when you purge out old information, unnecessary information, or conflicting information, you want to replenish yourself with healthy information, with, you know, high spiritual knowledge. So I'm hearing like studious. That's what I'm hearing too with this Taurian energy, or this second house energy. Being studious, or feeling like more inclined to educate yourself, or be educated on something, right? To learn something new and useful. Like, this is going to help build your self-confidence and aid your self-concept as well if you've been having some imbalances there. Because we just came out of Aries energy. That's why I said if you've been having some imbalances and like your self-concept, your perception of yourself, or your self-esteem, you know, what do we say the detriment of Taurus energy was? The detriment of Taurus energy is Mars and Pluto. So it would make sense for you to be feeling, you know, a little unsure about yourself, or, you know, being, you know, too critical of yourself, right? But Taurus energy is going to help you move out of that, because there was some curses going on. It's a lot of conflict. You know, everybody don't battle with weapons and fists. You know, some people battle with, like, you know, word spells and wishing evil on you and shit like that. So these things really can't impact your energy, your frequency, right? Frequency is the universal language. Not, you know, not our expressions in our face. No, frequency is the universal language amongst all living creatures, right? So you guys been under frequency warfare. Like in the other video, I kept getting frequency warfare. You know, people attacking your frequency, like, even if it's like indirectly, right? All right. Unexpressed, firmly held opinions. And that's the thing, like, you firmly hold these opinions and you're still not expressing them. You know, so it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? So make sure, you know, you're not including the judgments of other people, because what the fuck they got to do with you being you? At the end of the day, you're being yourself. It's not about people liking it or approving it or not. Some people will, some people not, but that's not what it's for. That's not why you're expressing it. You're expressing it for the people who do resonate with you, for somebody who, they could be doing the same thing, not saying it, not expressing it, because, man, like, a lot of people may not receive this so great. So I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not trying to bring no drama my way, because drama is kind of detrimental to my health. Mars and Pluto energy is detrimental to my health. I'm not trying to invite that shit over here. I'd rather avoid it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't find ways to avoid it, right? But, like, at the risk of, or you know, at the expense of you not expressing your true opinions and your true self, hell no. Hell no. You can say what you need to say and keep it moving. You don't have to sit there and just keep dragging stuff on with somebody. No, you can do what you need to do, say what you need to say, or act how you feel you should act accordingly, and you don't owe no explanation. Alright, you don't owe no deeper analysis from what your preferred response is. So people may be trying to pull, like, deeper, you know, trying to make you further explain yourself like you owe them some shit, and it's like, no. 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 Because you understand, nature will replenish. The more I study myself, the more I approve my intuitions, my, you know, my perceptions of what I see happening around me, this data, this sensory data that I'm receiving. Like, no, the more that I study myself, the more I feel, you know, I feel inclined to express these firmly held opinions of that I have in the intellectual arena, because I am intellectual. I sit on a lot of it, but I'm intellectual because I like to keep the peace, though. I like to keep the peace. I like to keep things stable around me. I know everybody can't take the information I come with, because the information, like, it's coming straight from the mental. I'm a bull. I'm bullheaded. I have horns of strength and determination. I'm determined to find out the truth. I'm determined to live in truth. I'm determined to stand my ground. I'm determined to not let nobody fucking bully me. Like, I'm determined. I'm determined. I have this strength. Like, all right. Overwhelming need for security. So this is something that that's going to be emphasized at this time too. You could be thinking that your security is compromised. excuse me, you could be feeling like your security to a degree is compromised at this time, but it's not. It's not. Text me. It's not. Does not let go easily. So this is talking about grudges. That's what I was about to mention too. So be mindful, right, that you're not fixating on these old energies like I already said earlier. So this will also talk about people having grudges towards you or against you, or grudges being exposed. People in their grudges being exposed. Whether that's through like sense, just, it doesn't have to be people actually exposing themselves like with their mouth or like you see the information. It could be like their frequency around you or something that they do, how they, it could be like something that your senses pick up on. So people, people's grudges are going to be exposed more easily. And then we have a sense of ownership. So this could talk about you getting more ownership of your things, your intellectual property, your whatever, like you taking your businesses to the next step. This could talk about marriage. This could talk about property, a home, or just any type of materials or items that are dear to you. Ownership. This could talk about you becoming an owner of something, or feeling a sense of, feeling more sense of ownership of yourself and not feeling like your emotions are owned by another person. Having more confidence in knowing, like, you know, no, like you're not my master. You're not, you know, I don't have to be pulled into your shenanigans just because you don't like me and you have grudges against me. Oh, I don't know if I showed this. Curses reversed. So you was dealing with some curses at that time in Aries season, right? The first house, people jealous of your intellectual capacity. People jealous of, you know, your determination. People jealous of the fact that you're coming into information sooner than they are. Alright, so this will be a time too. You know how springtime, obviously because of the weather, a lot of people feel more inclined to go by the water. I already said that. So this will be, Taurus season is a beautiful time for water divination. Going to water for divination purposes. Drinking more water. Speaking affirmations into your water. Water soluble crystals and putting that in your water, added it to your water. So doing more water divination and manifestations at this time. Right? Because think about budding blossoms in springtime. Taurus is like springtime, right? So this is what's gonna, I know this sounds crazy, but it's literally like watering who you are. Watering yourself like a flower when you drink more water. Believe it or not, I just heard that. And I've been lacking on water lately too. Yeah, because we have illnesses and death here. People drowning their sorrows. What I said about self-indulgence, right? So that's another energy of the second house too that people are going to feel more inclined to at this time. Drowning their sorrows in alcohol, sex, drugs, or other people. So that's an energy that you could be more sensitive or feel more inclined to at this time. So just be aware of that. Or you could be seeing this could be what's being exposed, right? This could be a part of the grudges being exposed, right? These people having experiencing illnesses and deaths in their families, or sudden illnesses. This could also talk about, these were the condition of the curses that were being wished upon you. Illness, or even for you, like to have a head injury. I heard some type of head injury, something about a head injury. Drowning sorrows in alcohol. Trying to make you so uncomfortable or cause so much discomfort for you that you would try to drown your sorrows or take yourself out, or suppress and limit yourself with, with whatever this escape is, this form of escape, right? So numbing yourself, and it only manifests as you not expressing like your authenticity. Right, so that's why we was getting suffocating earlier, like somebody trying to suffocate your energy, so you don't keep being this person of counsel, or this information, or this guide, this leader that you are, or speaking on certain things. All right, resentment, slow to start. So making sure you're releasing resentment as well. Dependable. But you know, one time I did a video called Resentment. I was talking about polarities to resentment also. Because resentment also means deeming somebody unworthy. Like, so I looked at it like somebody I feel like you can deem somebody unworthy of your fucking time and your attention, or your involvement, or having access to you anymore. And but that also is, you know, is a synonym to resentment. So is resentment really like all negative or low vibration? So we got from rags to quality robes, upgrade. I'm gonna tell you what I heard. I know some people are talking about, oh, how, you know, women dressing revealing, and you know, is an illusion, and it's not really da da da. But this is talking about, you know, some people actually, you know, moving toward treating their vessels more like royalty, more like sacred temples. Instead of wearing rags, I'm gonna tell you what Spirit said. Instead of wearing rags, where you just look like you got on a few pieces of clothing. So I was shopping, right, for my birthday, because today's my birthday. I was shopping a few days ago because I don't shop. Like, I have a good wardrobe. Like, I just be chilling. Like, I invest my money in other things, like metaphysical shit. So, and I noticed, like, the more I was looking, the more the clothes was, like, just being cut apart and cut off, and just, it was less fabric. The more clothes I look, like, the designs, the different pants and shirts and pants, like, it's just like it was less fabric, but so much money for less fabric. And I'm like, what the fuck? So what I'm hearing from Spirit is that, then we got Earth is purging. So what I'm hearing is that some of you guys are gonna feel motivated or inclined to, like, invest in things like head wraps. What are the other ones called? For males, I forgot what they're called for dudes. But just headwear, like sacred headwear, even hijabs, or more like sacred, like robes and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna feel more inclined, like, to dress yourself like royalty, right? Like gods and goddesses. So, from rags to quality robes. That's what I'm hearing. And then we got denied the invitation. Came out again after I already said it. Do not accept the invite. But, you know, I was talking about people invitations to drama. People invitations to, quote unquote, antagonize you, to cause you discomfort if you engage in me trying to bully you or provoke you, right? This is not saying you let somebody pick on you either, but no, somebody trying to undermine you. But anyway, let's get back. These are the energies associated with the second house, right? So any curses, illness and death curses, death spells, or people trying to send addiction spells, trying to make you an addict, or telling people that you're an addict. Yeah, all this shit is being exposed, like, for them actually having illnesses, or them experiencing illnesses and death and family members or people that they love and care about suddenly. It's going to be sudden. And then we got drowning sorrows and alcohol. So there's going to be people being exposed for drowning their sorrows in alcohol and all these things. Or these curses are going to begin to subside. So if you have been, like, let's say you've been smoking more often than typically, you know, you're going to see these things subside in the Taurus energy. Because the Taurus energy is going to help, the second house is going to help bring you more balance if you're on the positive side, right? Because it says you are a crystal temple of wisdom, balance, and prosperity. I gotta keep that out. You are a crystal temple. That's why I said from rags to quality robes. Because wait till y'all see my birthday feet. If y'all do, because look, my birthday's on Earth Day. I'm like a real life Earth angel, y'all. What I do, I like to be in nature on my birthday. that's something, it's like a ritual for me. It's something I always do. I like to spend most of my time in nature. But I've been working on this, and I wanted to get this out and then just go on, you know, celebrate my day, right? So we got dependable, so experiencing more energies or being recognized for being a dependable, resilient person of integrity. So there's going to be more recognition of people with these kind of personalities. Then we got abundant common sense. So there's going to be an abundance in common sense. However that manifests for you, or wherever that fits for you, whether that's within you, somebody close to you, your partner, your children, your parents. There's going to be an abundance, or like a outpour of common sense here. And we got planning or organizing. So what I'm hearing is that abundant common sense is available. It's available, right? Because this is the Taurian energy. The Taurian is an energy in high vibration, has an abundant common sense, right? So you can't fucking get no, you can't get shit past them. Planning, organization. So being more structured in your planning, or more strategic and creative in your planning and organizing things. Then we got earthy creativity, artistic ability, difficulty appreciating different points of views. So beware of any clashes here, right? Because we already talked about the Mars and Pluto energy being like, you know, a detrimental energy for Taurus, right? And being exalted in the moon. So this is talking about, you know, using your intuition, right? Whenever you're in these conversations, or having these debates with people, and, you know, hearing people's points of views, right? Being in your intuition and finding creative ways, like, to process what's being said, right? Or to view it how you perceive it instead of internalizing it. Or, you know, how can you keep the peace but still speak your peace? So then we have the shadow side of the Taurian energy to be aware of, right? So we got unpleasant side of Scorpio. Venomous, because, you know, Scorpio is Taurus opposite sign. Scorpio is also a fixed energy. It is the 8th house energy, the house of enemies. All right. Unpleasant side of Scorpio: venomous, ill humor, envy, jealousy, and resentment. Oh. Venomous, ill humor, envy, jealousy, and resentment fuel underlying smoldering rage. So this could talk about you seeing more like erratic displays of emotions from people who are holding grudges against you, or from people in general out in public. You know, people really losing their shit, like not giving a fuck, like just doing flat out erratic, chaotic ass shit, bro, like insane. So this is talking about like people's true mental condition being exposed as well, like psychological illnesses. That's what I'm hearing. Mental illnesses being exposed, or illnesses in the body, because this is something that I wanted to remind people as well too, on my Facebook or just on my platforms, that, you know, a lot of these people that we have, you know, these unpleasant encounters with or experiences with, a lot of these people are sick, and that's why. Because of what these people eat or consume. Like, it doesn't even, I'm not just talking about food, but food is definitely a big deal. Because of what these people put in their bodies, on their bodies, around their bodies, the type of shit that they watch, the type of shit that they listen to, the type of shit that they eat, right? These people are dealing with illnesses. This is going to automatically impact their mental, their emotional health, right? Because all of our healths are intertwined. It doesn't just go off your physical health and it don't fuck with your mind. If there's something going on with you physically, there's more likely something going to be going on with you mentally, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. So a lot of these people, you know, are acting from, you know, these illnesses, you know, that they may not even fucking be aware of, or they could be aware of, but they're trying to drown the remembrance of it, or drown their sorrows of having to deal with it in fucking alcohol, drugs, sex, or others. So this also talks about that obsession energy, being obsessed and fixated on people, and, you know, holding grudges or feeling upset about their current condition and trying to curse other people as a result. Being jealous of people, you know, who do have good karma, you know, people who do treat themselves like crystal temples, you know, people who are crystal temples of wisdom, balance, and prosperity, who have these blessings, these divine blessings coming for them. These people could be trying to take this energy out, right? This realization of these illnesses and these pending deaths or whatever. They could be trying to take this energy out on, or trying to blame you, or So this could also talk about framing, trying to frame people for somebody else's, for people's death and stuff like that. But really trying to hide shit. That's really what it is. Really trying to hide what they really been doing and that they were really the ones and stuff like that. So this is some crazy energy. But it's also a good time for like wealth cultivation too. Like, so wealth and money, materials, finances, right, with the Taurian energy. So this is also talking about feeling the desire to go shopping, to go treat yourself, to buy yourself something that you really like and stuff like that. So you can be feeling this energy and Taurian energy as well, because it's talking about nurturing and nourishing yourself, right? So that's what we mean by self-indulgent, like when you treat yourself, but in a healthy manner, right? Okay. So the shadow side, like I said, experiencing people who have like a venomous nature to them, venomous, ill, and this could have been like hidden for a while, or not even that. Like I said, it's going to be like flat out displays, like, you know, of this. It's going to be very obvious and very clear. A venomous, ill humor, envy, jealousy, and resentment fuel underlying smoldering rage, right? Grudges, never forget, difficulty forgiving. So you could be having some difficulty, or could be slow to forgive something here. There's nothing wrong with being slow to forgive someone, but you need to understand that forgiving someone does not grant them access to your life again. That does not mean that things will go back to normal. That does not mean that you have to entertain this person any longer because you forgive them. The forgiveness is for you. The forgiveness is to, you know, like consciously release whatever frequency is attached and associated with that person that are remnants that are ultimately detrimental to your energy. Right, so you hold on to the information as far as like the lesson that you learning your lesson and how you should move accordingly. But as far as the frequency associated with it, you know, the feelings that it produced in you, those emotions that it produced, that's what you need to forgive. Forgive yourself first for trusting them or giving that person whatever access to even allow that, or for it to, you know, get to that point. But also forgive the individual, for they know not what they do, or because they're sick. Obviously, they're dealing with some type of illness, right? Some type of imbalance. Some kind of imbalance, spiritual imbalance, for them to, you know, even, you know, do whatever this trespass was. So that's what I saw in one of these sticks about trespassing. About trespassing your energy. Yeah, so this is also talking about, this is a good time for you to light a candle. Light a candle. Light a candle. Forgive. Whatever it is, like you can write you a note or just a conscious note in your mind when you light this candle, that this candle represents you forgiving whatever this frequency or this emotion is, or whatever chakra is located in. So you can get a candle. Let's say you holding something in your heart chakra, like towards somebody. You can get a green candle, or you can get a white candle or something like that. You can burn that and set your intentions that, you know, this candle is me releasing, you know, this frequency attached to said lesson, right? So light a candle. And this, you know, this could be an individual that secretly despises you, or you could be experiencing this or more inclined to experience this because some of you guys are going to be looking, you know, like high quality, very Venusian, right? Your beauty being enhanced, right? Because this is an energy that's ruled by planet Venus. So people are going to be feeling more attracted to you, and whether that's lust or love, right? This is also talking about you, that made me think about Libra energy, though. I'll do that in a different reading. And we got the Most High, I do not know you, reprobate, cast it out, and denied. Right? So somebody who secretly despises you, or somebody who is reprobate, cast it out, and denied. So if you know you can sense that energy in that person, just remember this, right? Why can you not be cordial and, you know, honor one another, you know, for the beings that you are and stuff like that? That's because this is your energy, the Most High, you know, divine energy, right? But an energy that is the opposite, or, you know, it's not that. This is an energy that you do not know. That's why it feels uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable, right? And you need to follow. You need to, you know, move accordingly and cast these individuals from your energy. Cast these exports from your mind, or these imports from your mind, right? What I just said. Do not accept the invite. Okay. So I think this was a good start for Taurian energy. Once again, it is my birthday, so am going to have to go. Yes. But also expect, you know, relationships being strengthened or more stability, you know, for relationships at this time. You and your partner, or you and these friendships, you know, coming to an equilibrium, right? All right, so it'll be good for you to wear copper at this time as well, copper or bronze. So on Wednesdays it's good to do whatever ritual magic or manifestations or whatever. Emphasize this on Wednesday. That is the day of the week for Venus energy. So lucky number is number 3. So you know, number 3 also represents authenticity and integrity. All right, so minerals. So you could be mineral deficient in iodine or sodium. So make sure you eat some. Try to find some vegetables or some foods that contain iodine and sodium. Or being mindful of this. Because I think this is salt. So making sure you're not overindulging on salt. Because salt dehydrates like the nerves, right, and like the water and shit in your body. That's why you feel very thirsty. Like, you know how when people you ever seen a person pour salt on a snail? Fuck those people. But yeah, and it makes them burn and dries them. Yeah, so that's the kind of effect, to a degree, that too much salt has on us. So if you are a musician, a good musical note for you to experiment or just to, you know, create with will be the A musical note. Crystals that are encouraged at this time will be malachite. That's good for the heart chakra. So I just got done talking about the heart, right? Releasing grudges, right? Being able to to let go, or, you know, no longer be loyal to things, you know, that are detrimental to your health, right? So this will help with release, right? Releasing old emotions, like from the South Node, but being able to cherish whatever lessons came from the South Node and take it with you toward your North Node. So we got malachite, tourmaline. That's good for dissipating dark energy as well, or just protecting you from it, as well as frequencies in general, radiation. Then we got emerald, green aventurine, rose quartz, kunzite, and sapphire. So a lot of earth tone crystals are good. Earth tone crystals like greens, blues, those type of things. But if you notice, right, with malachite and rose quartz, you know, even with emerald, this is talking about, you know, self-love, enhancing self-love, right? Your self-concept of yourself. All right, so good colors to wear, you know, for this energy, or to help you through this energy, or to channel this energy, will be blue, pink, white, purple, green, turquoise, or pastel hues. Parts of your body that can be impacted at this time or during this season will be your throat, kidneys, your lumbar region, your parathyroids, your venereal disorders. Could be more susceptible to that, or could be witnessing this, or this could be what these individuals are experiencing. Venereal disorders, glandular swellings of the neck. So this could also be an individual who smokes. So issues around the throat chakra, people, you know, gossipers or liars and stuff like that, could be experiencing like issues around their throat at this time, and it could be some type of illness. It may even be cancer. That may be why I got water divination too. Past life stumbling blocks, misuse of sexual attraction, failure to love. So what I'm hearing too, people who have misused their sexual attraction and stuff like that to manipulate certain outcomes and stuff, you know, that would be at the expense of others, or to harm people. They're going to experience like a lack of love, like authentic love, for one. Second, these are going to be some of the individuals experiencing some issues around these regions, these physiological regions. Okay, so past life stumbling blocks, or the Taurian energy, is also misuse of sexual attraction and failure to love, right? So pulling back too much, or, you know, not giving too much of yourself out of fear of being hurt and stuff like that. Working on that. Alright, so this planet is associated with arts, music, color, love, social life, women's clothing, jewelry, bed linen, white wine, and adultery. Careers: musician, artist, model, sex therapist, lap dancer, courtesan, haberdasher, draper, painter, jeweler, embroider, escort, interior designer. Trees: alder, fruit trees, ash, birch, and pomegranate. So anyway, you could incorporate that into your diet, or just in general, like in your life, even if it's just planting it in your yard. So flowers, all the budding blossoms, the early flowers. Yarrow, thyme, vervain, meadowsweet, mint, archangel, burdock, daisies. That's just to name a few. Even roses. And I was feeling pulled to get some roses yesterday. That's crazy, for divination purposes. Okay, foods: potatoes, strawberries, wheat, sugar, and nectarines. So just be cautious of this. Be aware of this, right? Don't overindulge in too much sugar either, because sugar can be kind of dehydrating as well. All right. I'm going to end it here because this video is pretty long and I need to go on about my day. But I will do a part 2 to this because I am definitely not done. But this is your girl, the Authentic Empress. I'm going to pull, what message do you have for the Authentic Collective regarding the second house? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? What? Okay, so there could be some issues or some things being addressed regarding racism. Saying racism is real. So, and then we got you talking too much. So this could also talk about spirit telling you to pull back your energy from certain people who are actually stealing your ideas and stuff like that. What I heard too. You talking too much. Oh yeah, what I was hearing is that make sure you are studying. Make sure you are studying just as much as you are talking. Alright, somebody needs to know this is a divine partner. So once again, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So this could talk about relationships. Real, authentic, balanced, stable relationships at this time, or manifesting or unfolding itself at this time. Stop psyching yourself out about this. This is real. This is a divine partner. This is a divine partner. If you've been doubting it, if you've been, psyching yourself out, maybe this person is a different nationality. That's why I could say racism is here. Excuse me. Look, this person was an angel. It was an angel. Somebody needs to know this. So this is a message for somebody. It was an angel. What I'm hearing too is me. Oh, wow. I'm an angel. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy Earth Day to me. Happy solar return to the Authentic Empress, Kritek, Jada, Yasmin. I'm so grateful to be me. A year of abundance. A year of harmony and balance. A year of justice. It was an angel. Then we got fast for a breakthrough. Fast for a breakthrough. So this could be a routine, the rigid routine that you guys could add to, just your lifestyle, like do a fast once a month or every 2 weeks, or however you want to do it. Create it for yourself. Create it, uniquely for yourself. But fast for a breakthrough. What I'm also hearing too is a fast breakthrough. And then we got, you need to be in this energy of appreciation and gratitude at this time. That's what's going to help as well. Or help you in your journey in general. Especially when you're dealing with secretly messy motherfuckers. And then we got you can't see it because it's being hidden. Oh, you can't see it because it's being protected, hidden, right? So whatever that means for you. What I said earlier, you are being tested. So you're going to be tested at this time regarding these things that was mentioned in this video in the second house. So familiarize yourself with second house energy so that you can know why, you know, how you're being influenced by the planets, by the frequency, right? Fixed energy. Fixed energy. Okay? Alright, but this is your girl, the Authentic Empress. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys soon.